I gotta get a few things situated here still. So hang on. Wonder how many people are gonna come back to the stream now, I'll have to say. If it's even on, I just realized it might not be on. No, it's on.
Is it?
It seems
Oh,
to
there
be.
it is.
Remember when your channel was dead? Oh, absolutely. Harrowing times. Anyway, if you're wondering why that happened, it's because my power cut out.
Like it normally does.
Well, no, it's not a normal occurrence. It's actually a really freak occurrence, but it just happened to occur. Anyway, now we gotta fast forward back through this because I didn't save. I was just watching Laserbeam win a game of Fortnite by doing absolutely nothing but sitting in a chair. Cool. I knew they could do it. No. Yep. Now we fast forward. Except now we're super fast forwarding.
Yeah.
Fast forward plus. Never mind, no we're not. Now we're just regular fast forwarding. I don't care. Hey, Codex. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's fine still. Okay, so we went in door 8, correct?
Yes.
Nope, not the right button. I think I'm gonna go with door 8. Wow, this feels like deja vu.
Maybe the same now.
I'll save when I get to the room of escaping. It's called Watch the Ending on YouTube. Yeah. Come on. Meow. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and set the timer now, even though we still got a little bit. We gotta look at the top of something to grab the power cable. We gotta make the info. Whoops. Can we, hello? Hello? Thank you.
There's
What?
the safe. Like the locker for the ethanol.
Gotta let them know that's what we have to do, then go into here to grab the ethanol. Go back through here. Oops, that's not the right one. Go here, hit the table. The ethanol.
Oh, that's where she got the cloth.
Yeah. Have her investigate this to grab the plot prong.
Also, check the file as well before you do the computer.
It's a riveting game of Sudoku. There's a Canada, or there's an island somewhere in Canada called Key Island, and off to the east there's a place called Dildo. Is that true?
Could be. I don't know.
Alright, she quit. But then she quit. Okay, off we go. She quit, just like my power did.
Just like you almost did if you pressed the wrong button.
Yeah. Okay. Why? Lotus blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized, and quickly shut his mouth. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. What are you doing now? I'm gonna try and brute force it. What? A brute force attack is, well, the short version is that I just attack the thing that he had on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it could take a very long time. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lotus explained that she was writing a program that would run such an attack of its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly, but given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed. Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier. What were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, alright? So you enter 1 plus 1, the screen will show you 2. See, isn't that strange? No, not really. Oh, come on now, of course a caveman like you would think it's strange. It was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining the monitor. 1 second. Click, 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 click.
Clock.
Hey, Stevani. They might poke the screen or something. I see, the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. I see, so this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like you said, this computer is doing the calculating. And these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly. Lotus continuing to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe... What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes this person to see colors. That must mean that this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like this monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people would know about wireless communications. Oh, these click-clacks are loud, aren't they? On stream, at least. Hey, Noah Harris. Can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like that from someone like her. The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else? Did Lotus really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus continued. If memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. Hey, Karina, what's up? I suppose that would explain aphasias and blind sight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with oh god, prosopagnosia can be suffering from the same thing. Wait a minute. What? He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blind sight was easy enough to guess, but he'd never heard the word prosopagnosia before. What, you've never heard of prosopagnosia? Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. What, you idiot? You've never pronounced this word in your life? Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. Pretty sure it's pronounced aphasia? Aphasia? I don't know. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually, they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same, even though they're obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you or I couldn't unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Hello.
Heyo.
Okay. That's how people would be to someone. That's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia. 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 Okay. Prosopagnosia, huh? Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting? Not funny. Lotus' smile had something rather masochistic to it. It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Piece of cake. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would have not made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared, directly replaced with 9 squares, arranged in a 3x3 square. The hell is that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly, Lotus stood up. Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff? I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See the keyboard? Nothing. So there's nothing more I can do. I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei. What? Let me take a break, alright? I did my part. He wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much. Junpei thought to himself. I'm also going to make save states because the storm does not sound like it's stopping anytime soon.
Epic.
From here on out, he told himself he would rely on no one else. Junpei
Oh, I can
crossed his
actually hear the
arms.
storm.
Yeah. Junpei crossed his arms to stare at the puzzle shown on the screen.
A bright sunny day outside for me, honestly.
Also, that's what I was hearing.
Yeah, for some reason, even though my noise suppression is on, it's picking up the storm.
I thought that was your air conditioning for a second.
Nope, my air conditioner is off. Been watching Steven Universe lately, and I just got through season 1A. I'm definitely going to watch the main series and the movie. I don't know if I should watch Future. I'd say you should, just to form your opinion on it. Anyway,
Yeah.
It's a light-on puzzle. That was easy.
Alright. I solved it.
That
So
was
we're just
fucking
gonna
fast.
ignore the fact that
Cool.
I saw the thing on the notebook and just pretend I did that first try because I'm a boss.
Oh, I thought you just did. If
Yeah,
you didn't admit
exactly.
to that, I would have just thought, oh damn, good luck.
I mean, those puzzles are pretty easy.
Yeah, I didn't need it either way. That was just a fun shortcut. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where'd it come from? Boom, boom.
Is Clover out already? No.
Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Well, what's this all about? And also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, we could talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of here there right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this chick. Look, Junpei, the lights on the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle.
Oh.
There's more than one
Okay.
key in here. This one is small and looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches a keyhole in the door on A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key.
In my talk.
Come! It was just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover. Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute? He put the puzzle aside for the moment, walked over to Clover.
Clover
What's up?
jump scare.
I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you wanted to door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird? I know.
Hello, Noah.
Hello, Noah. What's up?
What?
You're
My favorite word, yorm. Anyway.
germ. It sounded like they said germ.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to say your mother.
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course, she would have been worried about him. Hold on 1 second.
I like the line that came right after was perfect. Like, did you guys use they them pronouns for me? Why? How could you?
I did by accident.
I'm not a baby. Sorry. I'm None of this.
So-
It happened so goddamn fast, and my brain was like, "What the heck did you say?"
I
I
Said
misspoke.
germ.
Sorry, no, I misspoke.
no, I was not saying germ. I cut it off too quickly. I was trying to say your mom.
I knew it.
Yes,
okay.
Yorm.
Your
Your-
mom.
Yeah, it sounded like it's a germ, and I'm like,
I'm-
"What?"
I'm sorry, Noah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sometimes John calls me a they them, and I want to punch him in the face.
Okay.
You should do that
Yeah.
anyways, all the
So
time.
nothing different.
Want to punch
Mhm.
me? Want to punch them and they them their face?
John, are you a they them now?
No.
I'm gonna call you a they them if you're calling me a they them.
I'll be back in
I
that.
never did that.
Yeah.
I'll be
for
back
this
in
time.
that 10 minutes. Don't make
God.
any,
Okay, bye,
See
Heartless.
ya, Heartless.
don't make any important choices.
John, let's make
Well,
all the
anyway.
important. Let's make so many important choices.
Okay,
Let's all
okay,
go to torture.
I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna
No.
leave, I'm
I
gonna
know.
leave. Ew, disgusting
I
penis.
know.
Bye, Noah.
I love how he says "ill, disgusting" and then
I
immediately says
replaced Noah.
penis. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Oh,
thought back
fuck.
to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. Weird that we're getting this cutscene, huh?
Yeah.
However,
However.
However, what, John?
however,
I'm drinking water.
however,
Bummer.
Sorry,
Just say that
Clover. I
verbally
can't
with
really
your
think
mouth
of
full of
anything.
water.
Calm down.
I mean, he
Let's
did
all talk
mention.
over John.
I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person or something like that, but that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away. Hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, his snake, was he born... You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No. He wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm... His arm? Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
Oh shit, it's robotic.
It's fake. It's not a real arm.
prosthetic.
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh god, it was they them.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Interesting.
Talking
Holy
about her brother
shit.
had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei
Somebody
nodded.
forgets that they them is also just used to
I'm
describe
getting the
multiple
feeling
people.
that
I
this-
know, it's called a joke.
I'm getting the feeling. I'm getting the feeling that this might be very important to the story.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs.
More important than the Titanic lore?
Damn, yeah,
Yes.
probably.
I'm saying if we want to get like a good ending, I'm just saying that might be important.
Just saying.
I mean, so
Probably
did
doesn't
giving
matter.
her a
It's
clover.
It's just numbers in this game.
This key. The shape
What do
sure
you mean
seems like it
numbers,
goes with the
Felipe?
machine.
You dumbass.
These nuts.
Anyway,
Door
I'm
2,
turning
door
it
3,
I'm
bad
sorry.
ending, good
I'm
ending.
arming the nugget. Okay, the
Hey,
monitor is on now. And
Hey, it's even
full of
the
letters.
dank pod's green.
It's green.
Oh,
We're about
And
to
it's
watch
full
a
of
Dank Pods
letters.
video. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Typing on this
Oh,
keyboard is
that's
doing
his actual
squat.
favorite.
Alright, cool. Thanks, Sonny.
I'm gonna get Clover out of there.
Could a guy not be curious?
This looks like the control for some kind of electric lock. Red light is on, then it's gotta be locked. There's a green light just below it.
This really
Although that
does
one
look like
isn't
the
lit.
control.
But it'll turn on if we can unlock it, right? Yes, but how are we gonna unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, no keyboard for putting in a password. I have no idea.
It looks like it has 3 buttons.
This power
Beep,
restored to
boop, beep, boop.
experimental device. Stand for various pieces of equipment. Some of them might be useful.
Dan,
There
is
are
that a
2 levers
JoJo's
here.
Bizarre
Do
Adventure
you think they
reference?
activate something?
No.
Why don't you move one? Give it a try.
Clover's probably gonna have to get on the other table and
Nope, doesn't look
Electrode
like
stuff.
anything's happened. I would assume so. Yeah, by the way, it's storming pretty good out there right now. So if the power
That's
cuts, so
not
if my stream goes off again, you know why.
Yep.
Just
And then you get
fair
cut off
warning,
midpoint.
my power might go off and it might take like 2 hours to come back.
We'd be
Should
getting
we
like
save just in case?
He
You did already.
I'm gonna save state again.
Yeah.
Imagine
Summer, you
we're
did.
right before like an actual ending, and then your power goes out.
This is the monitor. There are a whole lot of cables under that table. Junpei,
Like right
this
before
thing
the
in here's
best
on
ending.
now.
Cool.
Yeah, that's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay, yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn.
I think she's saying that out loud.
I don't think it's
It's-
working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again.
I like the idea that she said that out loud. Turn, turn, turn.
Turn, turn, turn.
She
You have a
definitely seems
pebble
like,
in it?
like that dude. That type of shit.
Maybe if you increase the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage! Hey! Wait, Clover! Aw, shit. Oh, this poor guy.
His head explodes.
What?
Oh,
I think,
you fried his brain!
Oh, you did a
Oh,
little more
shit.
than fry it. Oh my god!
Literally
The mannequin's
died.
head!
That's not well done. That's
Oh
congratulations.
man, that sounds like a fire alarm.
Yeah.
What the hell? Fire detected, fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately.
Well, about that.
What do we do? What about Clover? What do we
Damn,
do?
the gate's still shut.
What do we do?
Oh. Junpei, the light turned green. Then the lock must be open. We can't just leave, though. We have to save Clover first.
John, the door on the right.
Now we can save Clover. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Junpei, come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think.
Go, 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 go,
Clover,
go, go.
are you okay? Are you hurt? Damn, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright. What the hell took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two could do this later. Right now we need to get the hell out of here. That fire's not gonna stay in that room forever. Well, that was a way to end that.
Yeah.
I feel like we made a horrible mistake now.
After you burned the entire room.
Alright, cool, Sonny.
Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out from the laboratory, slamming the
Okay,
door shut behind
night,
them.
right?
Hey, Knight, again, if you're worried about a little fire, guess what the ship's gonna do in about another 6 hours?
Explode, probably. I don't know.
It's just gonna sink and fill with water. Putting
Yeah,
out
but
all
I
the
don't think a
fires.
fire is going to help that, John.
Oh well.
The ship's sinking will put out all the fires.
Junpei, Clover,
Yeah,
and Lotus leapt out of the
idiot.
laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them. All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear
hope
air,
it is.
and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down. All right, let's go. They nodded to each other and started off down the hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked. Soon, they had tried all the doors but one.
Okay.
The final door sat in a corner of the hallway. Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. There was no doubt the voice belonged to Jumpy! He spun around. There at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running toward him. 3 of them. June, Santa, and Seven. They stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air. Hey! What are you guys doing here? What? But we didn't. Before he could finish, Clover spoke. Guys, could you come over here? She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found. There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. We've seen this. Map the
You
ship.
can't skip it. I'm just press the A button.
So yep, they both lead back to pretty much here, which is exactly where we were.
Damn, he's spitting facts.
Yep. So yeah, they
I
all go
love
back to
Friday
the
Night
same.
Funkin'.
They both go back to the same spot. So now they're in front of this door, which leads them.
Back
To
to the-
hell.
Even without looking
the-
around, each one of them knew where they were. They were just where the map had said they would be. The same room they'd been in not so very long ago. The tremendous central hospital room with empty beds from wall to wall. I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors. He looked like anyone might after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp... Oh, wait, we can skip this.
His brain is
The
working.
key. Oh, we found the key we need. The key. Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here. Seven tossed something small and metallic toward Junpei. He caught it
I
and
wonder
found
what
that
it
the
is.
object was a key.
What?
21! On it, someone had engraved a
Man,
symbol
you
very
stupid.
similar to a 4. 4! He looked over to June and nodded back. That'd be the Jupiter symbol. I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright? Yeah, got it. I've got something for you too, then. Here. It's the Saturn key card. You found it in the kitchen. Oh, wait. Opinions on the Universe not choosing not to stick to the model sheets. I don't mind it too much. Sorry, I haven't looked over for a bit. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost. And with that, she pressed it into Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than honored. As a group, they now had 3 keys that had not been used. The Earth key, which had been found in the laboratory. The Jupiter key, which Seven had just handed to Junpei. The Saturn key card, which Lotus had just handed to Junpei. They're looking on what's on the other side of door 3.
I wonder.
I wonder what's on the other side of door 3. That's a mystery.
No idea.
So this is where we're gonna find the other 3 doors.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
I want to see the other options
Those
so
choices
bad.
don't matter. I know you do, but I want to get a move on because who knows when the power is going to go out. Speaking of who knows when the power is going to go out, let's save another state.
Maybe just save in game.
I'm going to do that.
Oh yeah, there is
eventually.
a.
But
game
save stating is better because it's instant.
Mm-hmm.
So there's door 6,
Yup.
and they found door 1.
Good.
Snake is not currently with us and probably won't be forever, I'd imagine.
So Snake
Yeah.
always dies like
Snake
mine.
had a bit of an oopsie in the bathroom.
He spilled a lot of jam.
Yeah.
Ah, lucky Snake had freaking spaghetti night without us.
Wait, how did he exploded.
He
Oh, yeah.
exploded.
He went for
Is it
blue.
possible?
He went boom.
He had spaghetti night, spaghetti and hot dogs without us. How dare he?
Hang on.
But
He's very messy because he's
You know
blind.
it's possible to save today, Snake.
you'll see.
Yeah, Heartless, why would he tell you that?
Why would I tell
That might not be
you?
important.
Well, clearly we haven't found out how.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
it is
if
possible.
okay, let's say hypothetically, like you could, I would not tell you until you found a way to do it.
Yeah.
Up and there's the cursed door too.
Ah, yes.
That leads to nothing but sadness.
Yeah.
John, quick, can I put TNT on it?
Yeah.
All out brawl.
All out attack, Persona 5.
Okay, let me save here real quick.
Yeah, save.
We've been through this before.
Anyways, guys, let's go through door 2.
Nice.
Anyway,
No,
guys,
no,
let's go.
no.
Let's try door. Maybe this time, now that we've taken the other doors, door 2 won't be bad.
Yeah.
No.
Let's
No,
go to door
no,
6.
no.
Okay,
I-
so your clear options are 1 and 6.
John,
I wanna-
you told us last time that 6 is gonna lead back to 2.
No.
No, he said 3.
No.
3.
Oh,
Well,
Three
if
leads.
you
I was
went through
thinking-
door 3 as your second door, you would have been forced to go through door 2.
I want to
Okay.
try 6.
No, 1.
We are
Okay,
number
wait a minute.
one.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, so we clearly have a vote here because we're kind of split. All right, Felipe, what's your vote?
1.
Door 1. So Felipe votes door 1. Heartless.
Let's go to that next bad ending. Let's go.
Heartless? Okay, please.
We are number one.
Door 1. Knight.
6.
6. Slade.
Come back around to me.
Okay, Sunny.
6.
6. Summer.
6.
6.
This,
Slade.
this seems familiar.
One.
You know what?
Do you
No,
want to
go-
tie
go
it or
six.
do you want to go to
Go
the
6.
6?
There is no
Ah,
time.
yeah.
Go to
Oh, wait. Okay. We'll go with
Fine.
6, because I want the door, I think it was 4, then 7 to go to 1. So that's going...
Why do you
I
want
guess I
Five.
that?
round rolled it again.
And also, do you guys remember last time where it was like
Okay,
he
this
had
time I
already
get-
put down door 6?
This
Hold
time
on.
I get to bully all of you.
Hold on a second. Slade, may I ask you why you want 4 and 7 to go to 1?
Just because I wanted to see what our original ending with those options was going to be, without seeing what door 1 ending is yet.
Okay.
Say that like
Weird
I'm
that you.
sticking.
But who knows? It could also be through door 6.
Well, you know what? To be fair, if I'm being for real, Sunny does make a good point. That was the original number, right?
I'm sticking with
was.
6.
Sunny?
Yeah, I'd said that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Sunny
wanna-
said
So no one
already.
wants to change their vote then.
Mm-mm.
Going
I'm not
once.
voted, so might as well.
Going twice.
Six.
We're going door
Okay.
6.
Dang it.
All right, you guys get bad ending. I
I
get to
would-
blame all of you.
I want to go through door 6.
Well, this definitely isn't the best ending. I know that for
Junpei flipped over
Fact.
a piece of paper. It read Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it after all. That's a problem. June spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said. None of these teams will be able to go through the doors they want. Clover and I chose door 1. Lotus and I chose door 2. That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however. The digital routes don't match up either. We've got similar problems. June, Junpei, and I want to go through door 6, but our digital route is 5. If we're going to open that door, we need a 1. Damn. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? Junpei crossed his arms and did his best to put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little result. Eventually, Clover broke the silence. Why don't 7 and Lotus go through door 1? With me. Her face was cold and flat, as was her voice, but her logic was sound. 7 and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up. What about me? Hold on a second. Give me a minute.
You have all the time in the world.
Tension's up now, huh? Wondering what the...
Why
what
did
you're
it say it like that, though?
What about me?
It's kind of
about
obvious.
him?
Dun, dun, dun.
They got 5, so...
What about me? Isn't that obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1? You mean I should join Santa's team? Clover nodded,
Right.
her face still cold and
Really?
motionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl of only a few hours before. No one seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable, given the horrible situation in which she found herself. But even so... I understand. I'll go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door. No one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution. 3 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 7. Lotus, what do you guys think? I don't have a problem with it. Me either. Alright then, we're good to go. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck where door 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck.
And we'll never see them
The
again.
ride to E deck was a silent one. Alright, let's go. Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of door 6. One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise that authenticated each of them. The door opened, and all at once the 4 of them leapt through it. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had been placed quite close to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on it for authentication one by one. Console versions of Zero Escape. In the console versions of Zero Escape, the remasters, Ace's English voice is Richard Epcar, who voiced old Joseph Joestar in JoJo's and Daisuke Jigen in Lupin the Third.
Well, Parkers.
Fantastic.
Wait, this guy knows about the game?
Yes. So they
Well,
know
don't
what
spoil
ending
it.
we're gonna get.
Yeah, okay, don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah, then don't spoil. No spoils.
Like, to be fair, I know what ending we're gonna get to, but I'm not gonna spoil it either, obviously.
Yeah, but we could trust you. You're the literal live streamer.
It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself up and out of his throat. He'd been through the doors 3 times before, but repetition had not dulled the experience. He was not anxious to find it dulled, however. He hoped to be free of the ridiculous game long before that happened. Alright, let's go. With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath and began to walk. Oh, you don't know? Never mind, they don't know the endings. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door. It was a heavy thing, made of iron, and more than a little threatening. He took hold of the bar that served as his doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. It was gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents of wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This room was purely functional, but utterly tremendous. Well, what the hell is this? Santa got out a few words before awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything more than gasps. It was easily
The
the
others
largest
was
room
too
they'd seen.
stunned to speak.
And yet it was somehow closed and oppressive. The ceiling was at least 2 stories high, if not significantly more. It was easily several hundred feet across and appeared to stretch the entire width of the ship. In the center of that gargantuan room stood a massive, rounded building. Even from a distance, the sheer bulk of it was oppressive. Junpei could feel the room, the building, even the air pressing down on him. Junpei and the others were standing on scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. The proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although that didn't seem particularly important. Alright, let's head downstairs. Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath them. They moved around toward the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up. This looks to be the steam engine room. The steam engine room? Yes, the thing that looks like a cross-section of a mushroom is the boiler. Do you see the 3 round doors near the bottom? Coal is put into those and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger. I see. Even if Ace was right, the boiler was boiling nothing as they approached it. The entire room was as silent as the grave. Suddenly, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees. Hey, what's wrong? Are you alright? He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her. It was then that he noticed. You're really warm. Is your fever coming back? Yes. Yes, it probably is. But I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I just need to rest and I'll be fine. Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did. Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her up against it. She let her head fall back against the wall as if she no longer had the strength to support it, and drew a ragged breath. Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball itself into a fist and clenched tight, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn. They might not have shared the depth of his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern. He didn't need words to express the urgency of their situation. Alright, let's get started. Hang in there, June. I'm gonna get you out of here real soon. She managed a small nod before leaning back to rest her head on the wall. Tension's on now.
Not really. I don't really care about her.
Damn.
Felipe, do you care about anyone in this game?
I care about a lot of characters. I care about, let's see, Clover, Snake. Snake's probably gonna die in every ending. When what
There's
was
probably
it?
a way to save Snake.
7. I used to not care about the bitch, but now I've grown to like her.
Damn!
About
But to be fair,
Lotus.
she was gonna
Wait,
ditch one of us
He-
in the
Does
first
anyone
timeline.
care about Ace? Damn.
I'm suspicious of Ace. I don't
I'm suspicious.
hate him, but I'm suspicious of him.
Okay.
That's all I'm
It's a
saying.
square hole. We obviously got to put a circle peg in it. Nothing in
You
here.
gotta go psychopath.
Ah, look at the back wall there. I can see 3 small slots. Terminals for some sort of connector, perhaps? You mean you think we're supposed to plug something in here? Perhaps. Yeah, this room is huge, so yeah, we might be here a while. I believe this opening's for fueling the furnace. If we were to put some coal in here and ignite it, then the steam engine might start working. It's certainly possible. Man, this thing is huge. I think this ship this big needs something like that to power it. True, but I doubt a single boiler of this size could actually move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. You'd need at least 3, no, 4 of these. I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, not really. It's just common sense, you know? There are a number of those little windows along the inside of this thing. I think you're supposed to put coal in through these, but they're welded shut. I don't think we can get these open.
I've been very silent for a
we
little
can
bit.
go
Sorry
there.
about that.
Huge oven for the spoiler. 3 open areas in it. Each of the open areas has a gear in it.
For the spoiler,
Metal Gear.
There's a pair of wooden boxes here. There's nothing in them. Look,
something
Ace.
tells me the ending relates to those.
It's some kind of
in some way.
snowman's secret meeting. Those are just bags full of sand. You use them as a counterweight when you're lifting something with a pulley system.
Sandman secret meeting.
Man, you're too serious.
Mhm.
Man, he is too serious.
He's the killer. Get him.
Talking to Noah. Nothing but sand in them. Up the stairs. That's a fun little thing here. What's this? Given its placement, this must unlock the door to the left. There's a weird indentation on the top of this thing. You think that means you have to insert something here? Yes, I would imagine so. There's a thick iron door blocking our way. You think this is... Yes, it looks like the exit. Looks like this door slides up into the ceiling. There's a bunch of wooden boxes over here by the wall. I already looked through those. There's nothing there.
Did I miss anything?
Well, we went through the door, and June has another fever. And is
Yeah,
sitting
I
this
saw
one
that.
out. So,
Yeah, I
saw
saw that.
that.
I met with the puzzle.
nope, the 3 sliders on the left are down, but this one is up. There are a number of lines engraved in these. I suspect we're meant to do something rather specific with them. Junpei, why don't you move that slider down? There's no harm in trying, I suppose. And then they all burn. Nothing. Nothing happened. Maybe it just needs to be prepared somehow. You're saying if we did
Why'd you
something
spoil the ending of the
somewhere else,
game,
it would respond
SMH?
somehow? Yes, I suppose that's
To
one
be
way of
honest, I
putting
have
it.
not been paying attention.
This is the door we came through when we entered the steam engine room. These are a bunch of stairs. Hey!
Like,
One of the
I'm
doors on
being
the
fixed
furnace.
by a fuck ton of people.
One of the doors on the furnace has an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the door. Alright, let's give that sucker a twist.
Can you guys hear me fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure, you know.
Oh, it's noisy, but it opens, and it's totally pitch black in there. We should, go in here. Alright. Let's go. This looks just like the door we went into. Where are we? We must be on the other side, yes? Which would put us directly above the conveyor belt. At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate.
Pipe.
I've just hopped into the... On my other account, I'm also going to have No on the other end, so if he says stuff to me, and I say something that doesn't seem like I'm responding to any of you, I'm responding to him.
Okay.
Okay. So if you randomly just go, what? Yeah, that isn't directed to any of us. Got it.
Penis. Anyway, well, anyway, looks like that's the pipe. Looks like the bottom connects to the conveyor belt housing. Yes, I did know. Then coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in that pipe. There are a number of boxes on the catwalk. I don't think we can go over there. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Really now? You not have faith in the walkway that we're on?
Apparently not.
There are a whole bunch of boxes in my way. I can't get through.
Just put him down.
Oh
idiot.
my. Oh yeah, he could definitely pull these big ass boxes down.
More boxes. This damn
Yeah.
pile of boxes is blocking them away.
Look how big they are.
Looks like a hand-operated winch.
I don't know. They
It
could
doesn't
be
look like
weightless.
there's any way to operate it. That means the wheel isn't attached. Ah, so we came all the way here and we need a wheel.
We came here for nothing.
The catwalk.
Nothing.
The catwalk.
The
The
cat-
catwalk. The catwalk.
Have you gone through B door?
Nice.
Is there B anywhere?
We got an A, we got
Yo,
a C.
is that
we
a
got
little
B?
B?
Oh, yeah,
One of
you
the
don't
doors
think
on
it's
the
B.
furnace.
B.
There's a C on it.
Is
B.
that
Go
a
back
little
through the
B?
A, then go through B.
Is that a little
Gotta be one.
There was B. Did I miss it? Yeah, I did.
Wham.
It's not even on the other side of the boxes.
Oh, yippee.
Oh yeah, the stairs
It
back
doesn't
down
help
should be on
us.
the other side of these boxes. You have an excellent
Mhm.
memory. Use that to draw a map inside your head. That way you won't get lost. Thank you. I have a map though.
Stupid.
Alright, let's give this wheel a spin! What? That's weird. I don't feel any resistance. God. Ah, shit. Here,
Vines
let me just
lost.
spin this wheel real quick.
Oh
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wheel spinning
That's a spinny wheel.
Vine sauce.
Good job,
reference.
genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke all by itself.
Epic. I wonder where that goes.
I wonder. Maybe I
I
should
wonder.
walk over to where that goes, huh?
There we go.
Hand-operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh, yeah. I got the wheel I pulled off the other winch, don't I?
It's
Let's
been
see
in my
if it
back
fits.
pocket.
Yeah, sweet. It's a perfect fit. Like they were made for each other. Not shaky at all. Good. I think this should turn now. Good
Where's
work,
Junpei
Junpei.
carry all
We
this
should be able
shit?
to haul up the wooden box now. You see? The wooden box. It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? Can you see it, Junpei? Look. Look, it's the pretty box down there, Junpei. You see it? It's hanging from the rope on the winch, Junpei. Isn't it, Junpei? Look down there, Junpei.
You
What
see
are
it?
you doing?
Looks like there's some sort of device in the box, Junpei. You should pull up the box, Junpei. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well
I'm not
turn
sure
that
what it
wheel
is,
now and pull up the
Junpei.
box,
Oh my-
Junpei. I'm counting on you,
counting on you,
Junpei.
God.
You can
I'm not
do
sure
this,
what it is,
I'm
Junpei.
counting on you, Junpei. Well, you can do this, Junpei. We all believe in you,
All
Junpei.
right, I'll turn the
Junpei,
wheel.
don't mess this up.
Now, what's this? What
He's
happened?
trying to remember your
The
name.
wheel only turns to the
Just by
left.
repeating it to
It only turns
himself.
to the left. Metal Gear. That means we can't reel up that
It's like
rope.
pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Metal Gear.
we can only let the rope down. Interesting. So we can't pull up the box, Junpei. I don't think that will be a problem. We'll simply need to go downstairs after letting the wooden box down. I'll be counting on you, Junpei.
Damn it, I just said it!
Sure thing, no sweat.
Just
You know, I
said
wasn't
that,
thinking
damn
before,
it.
but now I am.
I
Stupid.
just said I'm counting on you, Junpei, and then he fucking says it. Damn it! This
I
is
believe
bullshit.
the box has reached the floor. Yeah.
I
Junpei.
think the box has reached the floor, Junpei.
He stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. What do you think is in the box, Junpei? The box that only recently hung just below the catwalk now sat on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt. By the way, Noah is shushing me. I thought it was one of you. I think he's sick of hearing me talk about what might be in the box and addressing Junpei over it.
I'm counting
Wait,
on
what
you,
are they sneaking
Junpei. Do you like the game, Junpei?
It's come to rest near the end of the tunnel.
I can't fucking
Snakes.
breathe. Holy shit.
You alright, Summer?
Yeah, June collapsed.
If
Junpei
everyone
could
gets
see her.
annoyed by it, blame John. John's the one that started it.
No,
Junpei
no, I
could
get
see
it.
her, still leaning against the wall, she could, as if she barely had the strength to sit up. Even from so far away, it was not difficult to see she had not improved. He almost thought he could see heat rising from her body. She doesn't seem to be improving.
It doesn't
Jason's
seem to be
expression was
improving.
inscrutable. And he said what they had all been thinking. Well, of course not. She's not going to just get better right away, you know? It'll take time. He tried desperately to convince himself that what he'd said was true. What could be causing this? I wonder, Junpei. Illness, perhaps?
Mm.
Nah, it's gotta be exhaustion. Santa's response was confident and certain. She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder than we aren't freaking out just like her, you know? So you're saying we're abnormal, Santa? Yeah. We're just running
Oh,
around
no.
this room solving all these puzzles.
No,
like
it's Reddit.
business as usual. How the hell could you
Because
call that
what-
normal? We're just guinea pigs. Santa snorted in disgust. A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat? You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
Junpei.
I don't know. But it does seem like a possibility, you know? Hey, Andreas, what's up? With that, he turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
They repeat names a lot.
You know, speaking
Jake.
of experiments, Santa suddenly stopped. There was this experiment some scientists did with rats.
Mm-hmm.
First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown. The tank had two exits, A and B. Got the rarest, shiny, roaring moon. That's really cool. Good
What's
job.
that? Well, hold on. I just thought of something completely random. Do you remember that? It was a Game Boy Advance Mini or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
Advertisement. I just thought of that.
Mm-hmm. The tank has two exits, A and B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. Exit B, however, is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat
What the hell
choose?
did I miss?
We're solving the
Rats.
puzzle and having this explained to us. There was a moment of silence until Santa posed the question and then Ace responded. B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified. Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A. Can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment. You're right, it isn't very interesting. But the scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation of rats, they took less time to find the correct answer. Eventually, a rat was put in a tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But even that wasn't the most impressive thing. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in the second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial experiment. Those rats were not related to the rats used in the first experiment and had never even come in contact with them, and yet they all easily found their way to exit A, as though they already knew. What did it mean? Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium? Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him. How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that the story's true, and if you got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. We gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out. Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone. Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you. Santa stopped and turned around. Why did they use that tank for the experiment? Huh? I mean, it seemed like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait on by exit B or something? I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown? Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh. You know the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge? You ever think about that? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration. Inspiration? Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need. So in an emergency, your real potential emerges? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge. Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. Weird. So you know how we've had a bunch of these stories that have this kind of similar theme of thing happens. Suddenly, when similar situation happen elsewhere, they know answer somehow.
Yes.
I wonder why they're telling us that about 5 times. Might be something to keep in mind. Who knows?
Sus.
What about that? Oh wait, that's where you came in.
There's a catwalk over there. If by catwalk you mean narrow strip of metal. Junpei, are you brave enough to cross that? If you were to fall, you do realize that broken bones would be the least of your problems. Can I please go back down? Thank you.
No.
Now
Okay.
where is it? Is it here?
Right there.
Control panel for something.
Or something.
Ah, I see.
Some conveniently shaped box with some conveniently shaped plugins.
Maybe this hole is where the control panel goes. Well, there's only one way to find out. In you go.
It
Dude,
just
you did it.
explodes.
Everything looks alright. Okay, but what do we need to do now? Why don't you press the button next to it? Man, he looks so happy. It's like he's about to make an announcement.
I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Yes. Shadow the Hedgehog helped me meet my wife. I'm very happy. Alright, I'll do that. Pushing? Sweet! All sorts of lights are lighting up on this thing. And oh, yes, I think I just heard something turn on. Oh? What's that? What happened? Junpei, look, the conveyor belt's moving. The conveyor belt.
Oh shit.
Well, I guess it's done moving now. There's still a bunch of coal on the belt, though. Looks like a bunch of it got dumped off the end of the belt into that wooden box where we found the control panel. Coal. Coal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Box
Coal.
filled with the coal. Okay, Starfire.
Oh.
It's upside down.
Yeah, get out! Get out of there!
It's stuck in there.
It's stuck! What do they put in this glue?
Door stuck. Door stuck.
There's a hole that'll let us put coal into the furnace. Maybe if we can get some coal in here instead of on a fire. Okay, let's do it. Now, that was a noise.
That was quite a sound.
That's the last of it. No coal left. And nothing. Great. I guess I should have expected that. Why would just throwing coal into a cold furnace do anything? A man can dream. Junpei, explain it to me again. You're planning to stoke the furnace with coal, which will heat the water stored up there and make steam, which will then drive something else. Am I correct? In other words, you want to generate enough pressure with the steam to power the turbine and drive the steam engine, right? Yeah, I guess that's the gist of it. Well, in that case, this isn't enough coal. This furnace is enormous, so we need a whole hell of a lot more coal than this. Very well then, if the three of us work together, we should manage to fill it much faster. I want to help too. And I totally didn't even see her walk up. Are you feeling up to that? Yes. Alright, yeah, right. You look like you're one stiff breeze away from falling over, June. I think you'd better rest some more, alright? But no arguing. You need your rest, so you just stay there. We'll handle this. Okay. I understand.
Sexism.
Also fun sound.
Alright, time for some manly work. Literally sexism.
You got sexism.
Literally.
Let's coal into those furnaces.
John, do it everything wrong with this, and then Addison for this.
Yeah. Doing everything wrong with Persona
As
5
lightning
and then just
strikes
say
the steam
literally
engine.
nothing.
Man, this is a lot of work. Alright, I think this should be sufficient. Alright, now we just gotta light it. Junpei, hand me your matches. What makes you think I have matches? I see. Then how are we gonna light it? Perhaps there's a device nearby that will allow us to remotely ignite the coal. Let's take a look, shall we? Some sort of ignition device, huh?
Yeah, like some matches.
I don't think I looked around enough.
I think it's the lever.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's this.
What maybe that?
A golden gear. Looks important. Doesn't look like it was always golden like
That
this.
sounds like a great game title.
Well then, I imagine it was prepared especially for this game. Looks like there's a door over here in the tunnel. The belt over there must deliver the coal, which is then picked up and thrown into this door. The door appears to be welded shut, however. Huge golden gear. I have a feeling it's important.
Okay, it's another gold gear.
Huge bronze gear. This has to be important.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a silver gear. Do you think it's made of pure silver? No way. Silver's way too soft to use for a gear. It's got to be a steel or iron gear that's been coated with silver. Ugh, shouldn't have called it a silver gear then. Shouldn't have got your hopes up. Were you thinking you'd haul this thing back? Nah, but I think 7 could probably carry it, don't you?
I like how he's like more like that with the silver than the actual gold.
Look, it's yeah.
Look, it's a splat,
Gold,
splat.
bronze, and silver.
Number of wooden
Maybe go
fucking
Sammy.
boxes. That's what this is for now, right?
Yep, I figured that
Has
was
to
it.
be.
I think it might be. It probably is. I think this is how we might ignite the furnace. That means if we move that thing down... Alright, let's do it. Here we go.
Skadoosh.
Hey, Junpei Ace, look at this! There's big gears turning under the boiler here.
Epic.
Epic cutscene.
That?
The gears.
And the disc.
The Metal Gears?
They're spinning. What the hell are you
Gears
guys
of
waiting
War.
for? Let's start looking. For what?
Your mother.
Look in the gears. When they
Hot.
rotated, there was the
What kind of
circles
idiot
in
are
them.
you? There's a hellish inferno in there. Of course it's gonna be hot.
Look at the golden gears. They have things in them.
Oh,
I thought that was a hat.
gold disc.
I really thought that was a hat.
Bronze disc.
Can anyone guess what the third disc's gonna be?
Iron disc. Damn it.
Platinum disc.
Damn it.
Luigi? Looks like this thing unlocks the door. There's a depression here that looks like it's the outline of 3 circles
Yeah,
laid on
yeah.
top of each other in a triangle. Maybe if we put those 3 discs we found into this thing. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's stick it in. Huh? That's odd. Nothing's happening. I'm not stimulating it enough. Maybe
Oh my god!
Maybe you're, I don't know, putting them in the wrong holes? Perhaps you have them facing the wrong directions.
Oh
Perhaps
my
you should
god.
rotate it to make some of the lines connect to one another. Well, no harm in trying.
What are you going on? What?
When the disc is touched, it will rotate a certain amount. When the white arrow is touched, the discs are switched. Please note that when discs are switched, the angles of the discs are reset.
Are you right,
You
Summer?
ruined it. You ruined everything. You ruined
I do ruin everything, gladly.
Okay, white arrow.
ruin
fucking,
everything with a
trying to
smile.
move it around.
Are you
As soon as that joke was made, now every time they say something about it, it gets worse. Damn
Yep.
it. Fucking
Hmm.
white arrow. Ew!
Those nuts. Okay.
Hate it. Hate everything.
Can you turn the silver and the bronze once more?
Damn, we really
'Cause I'm
did
guessing you have
scope.
to. I'm guessing you have to combine the red ones, but
What did those arrows do?
Oh,
Oh.
I hate this.
this should be easy enough.
I still hate it.
Wow.
How do
Wow.
you even?
You don't. That isn't right.
It kind of reminds me of the Leighton puzzle that we did yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in there the entirety of the stream. Marker. Marker.
Buckhawk.
Cock and ball.
Cock in ball.
Why?
Because you
No.
love it.
I hate it.
I think. Maybe gold is the left one. Like gold is bottom left.
Yeah. Daryl. What about Daryl?
I'm getting a feeling that the silver's not on top. It's like here or something.
Silver the Hedgehog is the bottom.
Well, it's not looking like. This is confusing.
Yeah. All I know, I'm hearing something about a Daryl.
Okay, leave that there. I think gold's in the right place.
Okay. Oh.
There you go.
That's right. Heyo.
Boom.
The red lines on these discs. I think maybe I can make a star polygon with these.
Yup.
Oh, a polygon.
Yippee!
Did I find it? Yay.
Can we escape?
Okay, that was by
Alright.
far the worst room so far.
That was pretty easy.
What
What were you
ending
talking
is this one?
We probably got 1 or 2 more rooms to go through.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
door's open. I should also make a really cool save state.
Yeah.
Play.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, the moment I did that, the emulator froze up, so I thought I fucked up immensely. Yeah, I should do
It'd
this
be like,
as well.
no, I don't think you got the right ending. Do
Oh,
it
God.
Do
again.
it again. Try again. Given the circumstances, Junpei's happiness was certainly understandable. Ace seemed to share his excitement. All right, Junpei. Why don't you go get June now? Santa and I will keep an eye on this door. Santa snorted.
Some cocaine.
Probably Noah. Probably about another. What time did it get cut? It was like an hour 41. We're an hour and 14 now. So probably about another hour 15, give or take.
Is
Should be
Noah
able to finish this
asking?
ending.
Yeah, Noah was asking. Noah was asking. Santa snorted. Why do we need to do that? Even if it shuts, we know how to solve the puzzle now. We could just open it again. Oh, I suppose that's true. Shall all three of us go and collect June, then? Nah, I'm cool. I'll let Junpei handle it. He still seemed irritated by something, however, and sat down on the stairs petulantly. So you're only interested in being contrary. Ace sighed with an air of a long-suffering parent. Alright, I'll go get June. I'll be right back. He gave a quick nod to Ace and Santa and dashed off down the stairs.
Why do I
But
get the feeling
I feel like
that's not
something
end
bad's gonna
well?
happen.
Before long, he was back on the first floor next to the conveyor belt, and June. As he drew closer, she stood up slowly. Are you okay? He did his best to sound calm and nonchalant, but there was no hiding the genuine concern in his voice. Yes, I'm fine now.
Thank
Sorry I made
God.
you worry. June blushed. He wasn't sure if she was embarrassed or still feverish. Just to make sure, he reached out and put his hand against her forehead. Good. You're feeling a lot better. She was feeling far less warm than she had earlier, but still wasn't down to what seemed normal to him. Are you sure you're all right? He had to be sure. June gave him a look. Oh, you're such a warrior, Jumpy. Oops, I meant warrior. June giggled. He
They
wasn't
sound
sure-
the same.
He wasn't sure if she just made a joke or not, but seeing her smile again made Junpei feel at ease. If she was well enough to smile and laugh, then she really was feeling much better. He
Why
gave
do
her a
I
friendly
feel like
poke
there's
on the forehead.
ominous music slowly playing in my head?
Let's go.
I feel
Yeah.
like something's going to
Go
happen.
where?
Why do I hear
Oh,
boss
right.
music?
I didn't tell you. We got the exit
I
open,
want
so...
to hear boss music.
Great. Let's go. June clasped her hands and nodded urgently. As they walked back toward the exit, Junpei noticed Santa sitting on the stairs. He was, however, holding something in his right hand and staring at it with a strange
Shit.
expression. Junpei and June slowed down and finally stopped in front of him. What are you looking at? Santa answered without looking up, his voice quiet. It's a photo. It's my sister. Sister? Santa, you got a sister? Santa simply nodded. Yeah. Kid was cute as a button. June cocked her head, confused. She was only about an inch tall then? Santa glared at her. Ah, sorry. I guess an inch is a little large for a button. Probably more like a half inch? Santa didn't smile or laugh. He simply turned back to his picture and spoke. I was her Santa Claus. The sudden revelation took Junpei by surprise. He had no idea what Santa meant. He glanced at June, who shook her head. She didn't know either. We didn't have parents. They bought it in an accident when we were still kids. So I had to be like her dad. And that meant I bought her Christmas presents every year. On Christmas Eve, I'd leave the present next to her pillow. And then the next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Hold on a second.
No.
Look! Santa left me a present! Santa got me that doll I really wanted! I'm so glad that he got the letter I wrote. I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in Northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out. And then a few days later, it'd show up back at our mailbox, marked address unknown. I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year and buy her the stuff she'd asked for. It took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year. Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say. June looked down, uncomfortable. The wall next to him suddenly groaned. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept talking. But one year, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, I don't want any presents this year. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time. But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am. Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before. He wasn't sure he liked it. Junpei decided it was probably best not to ask Santa any more questions, but what happened? June glanced up at Santa quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort. She died. She was
I had a
killed
feeling.
9 years ago.
Of course, it was 9.
There was nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale. Alright, let's go. Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them 2 at a time. Junpei and June looked at one another. There was nothing they could think of to say. Hey, what are you two doing? Let's get moving, come on! Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them. They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired. The door had shut, but it wasn't cause for concern. Junpei quickly solved the disc puzzle a second time, and the door opened once again. You found it!
Feeling about this.
You found it. In single file, they walked through. After walking for nearly 15 feet, they found themselves in front of a metal door. It opened easily enough, and they passed through it as well. A new room stretched out before them.
I'm scared.
It's a cargo.
It's a cargo. Is this a warehouse?
The
No,
cargo.
I believe this is the cargo room. This must be where they
Yeah.
store
Okay,
all of this
bye.
vessel's freight.
Who was that?
Right.
That was Heartland.
There are wooden crates everywhere. I wonder how old they are.
Yeah.
Junpei, Ace, and June had stopped unconsciously, pausing to take in their new surroundings. Santa's voice broke through their momentary trance. Well, we probably ought to start with finding the exit, right? Let's get going.
God, no! Come
Another
on!
one! Woo!
Here we go
Oh, come
again.
on! I just want. Is this the last one?
This might be. I think this is
It
the
makes
last
sense.
one. I can look it up real quick just so there's no surprises.
This is
No
the
spoiling. Just
this is
say
the
if
last
it's
one
the
in
last
both
one.
ways. The last one before the ending, and last one for the stream, probably. I'm hungry.
Okay, never mind.
Look at food.
This thing in the wiki is very, very unfinished. Never mind. Yes, this is the last escape room of this route.
Okay.
Yay!
Escape route.
I can't wait to see if this is another fucking bad ending or a good ending. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I doubt it's a good ending. Snake's already dead. Well, I mean, I doubt it's the best ending. Snake's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. It's
There are a
hard
bunch
to
of
tell if
bags
there's
here.
a way.
I wonder what's
Or
in them.
maybe it just I think it just happens any other way.
Oh,
Oh.
card with a headshot. I wonder who that is. Do you recognize that guy?
Hmm.
We completely don't. This is an entirely new person.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe it's your
Junpei.
dad.
Hey, Junpei, do you know who this is,
A
Junpei?
card with Seven's face printed on it.
Oh my
who's Seven?
goodness.
It's Seven. What's that?
Oh.
It's a card. It has a
Who's
headshot on it.
Seven?
A headshot. Yeah. I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve.
Yeah, Junpei doesn't know.
Ace
Yeah.
didn't seem to
Seven.
recognize the face on it. Interesting.
Yeah, Junpei dumb.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
who's this handsome devil? This one's got me on it. That one's got
What?
June on it.
Are you sure that was June? I don't know. It could have been someone else.
We searched all the boxes. There's nothing in them.
Why do I
My
get the feeling
tummy's
they're gonna end
grumbling.
bad?
Yep.
Hold on.
There he is.
There he
What
is.
am I holding on to?
There's one more in it, right? Nope, there's nothing in the bag anymore.
Nope.
Yep, over there.
Nope.
Bag.
It's,
No.
Oh, look! It's our favorite character.
Oh my god.
If you
It's
search it, what does it say?
It's nameless
This guy.
guy.
His card has the 9th man on it. He's the first victim of this nonary game. Actually, come to think of it, he was acting pretty weird. I wonder what his deal was.
He
We
was
need to
trying
find
to
the rest.
escape. That's what his
These
deal
crates are a
was.
little smaller than the rest.
The children.
It looks like the children of the other crates. Jimmy, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale. Really? I don't know, man. You ever think about how crates would reproduce?
What
Doesn't
the
sound like a
fuck?
fairy tale to me. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What? Are we going into that territory? Why?
I think Junpei's just a dumbass.
Junpei is a fucking dumbass at this point. Like, why the fuck do you think boxes can reproduce?
Alright. Anyway.
I think it was joking.
Look,
Definitely.
there are 3 crates here, stacked up like stairs. If we climb up there, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, I think you could go take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I've got a bad feeling about this. Pussy. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah. But just in
Don't
case.
stop writing!
Hey, what's he
Don't
gonna do with that
separate, no.
screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at a fence is. Holy shit!
Oh, it's Electro.
Yes. Oh man. There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. And we can't get to the other side. We could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back.
Shit.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't be able to get back. Huge electrical current flowing through that fence. If you do that, we won't be able to get back. Well, if I can move some of those crates over there. Are you even sure you can move them? What if they weigh too much? Then what are you gonna do? Hardcore parkour wall jump.
Yeah.
Wall running.
I'll just triple
in-
jump over it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you just triple jump off the box, dude.
Just
Holy
do a
shit.
triple jump wall kick and a dive over. Easy.
Yeah. A triple jump should just be way more than enough, really.
Look,
Yep.
it's Clovar. And then it's
Joe Mama.
Guy, who's dead.
That guy.
Dead guy. And the
Hey, look.
man.
The main man
I've been
himself.
facing in and out. What's going on?
We're
We're
at the
collecting-
last escape room puzzle.
For this,
this
Why
route.
are there so
route.
many? But do you know why there's pictures of these people?
No, we
No.
don't know why yet.
No.
We just kind of have them. You know?
Alright.
We just,
Alright.
like you do.
There were stairs near there, I think.
Oh, yeah, there were actually. Where? Here?
Yeah,
Can we go up them?
probably.
These stairs, they go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. This is the only door here, except for the one we just came in through. This is the exit. Oh shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked. Is it an electronic lock? No, just a keyhole right under the doorknob. Go to this door. So to open this door, we gotta find the key that fits the keyhole. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go
And
there.
we have to find that key.
I didn't want to turn and look at this device. Monitor's off. I got a green switch here and a red one. Some kind of lever. None of them seem to do anything, though.
We play a
The
crane
power's off?
game.
Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though. That means...
Jack shit. Oh, is it another
There's several
light
lights here
puzzle?
with numbers from 1 to 9. Only the light with a 9 on it is lit.
What?
Oh, there are 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. Jacks, huh? Then maybe if we put something in them, something might happen. This looks like it's covering something. Looks like some kind of little shutter. Maybe it'll open if we do something. What's gonna come out of it if it does open? Yeah, like I'd know that.
What if those lights are meant to be like the people who have already died?
I
And
had the
two
same
didn't
thought.
die yet. But that would mean that two faked his death.
Yeah, Snakes isn't lit, so that kind of shoots that theory out the window.
Yeah. And I don't think Snake didn't die.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless you
how-
can somehow
Snake is
work out that
alive.
Snake didn't die.
Yeah, which he clearly did.
Clearly.
Then the thing should have been turned on.
Yeah.
I think,
So
or
clearly
or
it's
it's
a-
not what we think it is, and we're just wrong.
Yeah.
Plus, they love the 9 in this game.
Yeah.
There's some sort of liquid in these barrels. I'm not sure what it is,
Liquid!
however.
Liquid!
Another 9.
It's locked. We need the key. All the boxes have numbers on them. Do they? Oh. Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sitting next to the box. Junpei, take a look at this. Cards. Oh, the last one. There you are.
Okay, clearly you unlocked the things with the cards.
They had finally collected all 9 picture cards. All that remained was to insert the cards into the slots at the front of each box. Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace
You
peered
did
over his
this out of
shoulder at
order,
them.
huh?
You know which card goes in which box, yes? Junpei gave him a look. Yeah. Of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers on the boxes. So, for instance, the number with the picture of Ace on it goes in box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and so on. I see.
Maybe it has our possession?
Junpei thought he
Oh,
might
no.
have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. Just then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence. June, are you okay? She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace. I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You do the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you. He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off toward June.
Oh,
alright?
no.
What happened? Junpei called out to her as he ran. As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help. I'm sorry, I'm fine. I just tripped. Don't give me that, now's not the time. But it's true. I tripped over a box. Junpei put his palm on her forehead. Her temperature was much the same as it was been the last time he checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone. So yeah, this game's just fucking with you now.
Yeah.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know? Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up. Still, to fall down like that, I think she's probably still a bit messed up. June was doing her best to keep herself brushing dust off her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed, and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had. Still. Alright, well, let's get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you a hospital. Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine. Medicine. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy. Ace? Why? Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. Cradle Pharmaceuticals, the name, I think. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil. Soparil.
Well, we got a bad ending.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Why do you think you got a bad ending? Any piece of information makes you think you got a bad ending.
I feel like this one is another bad ending. I don't know. I have suspicions about Ace.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soparil before. Santa continued.
Yeah, I heard you
Soparil.
too.
Soparil is an anesthetic that is gaseous at room temperature, similar to nitrous oxide. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. For those reasons, it found widespread acceptance with police and military forces in numerous countries. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer, and is practical, ethical, and humane. Developed 6 years prior, it was made from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and as it did, so did the stock of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Why do you know all this? Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple. I heard it from the old man himself. From Ace? When? By the number 4 door, the central staircase. When we were searching the second-class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know? Are you worried about something? No, nothing. As he spoke, Junpei walked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes. What the hell is he doing? He turned back to June and Santa. June, don't push yourself, alright? Yes. Santa, could you take care of her? Sure. He gave them both a short nod, then turned and headed toward Ace. What are you doing? Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat. What happened? Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry. I think perhaps because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment. Why can't you see? What can't you see well? These pictures. Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan. I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Presbyopia? What is with these fucking things and weird names? Presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing. He made the best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn. At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit. He shoved the cards into Junpei's hands and walked quickly away. Junpei looked
What
at
is
him
up with y'all
quizzically.
shoving shit into their hands?
How could
man?
simply looking at cards have tired him out? Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All the pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad? But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable? That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, here we go. Prosopagnosia. Close enough. Put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's, or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia. Would you like a shot at this, Summer?
You could just say they can't recognize
Prosopagnosia.
face syndrome.
Thank you, Knight.
Can't recognize face
That means
syndrome.
the people with face syndrome have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Prosopagnosia.
Okay. Maybe he's got face syndrome? Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed. It was reasonable, of course, that he'd feel that way. If he really did have face syndrome, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much.
I'm
It's
sorry,
pros,
that's the
not
only
pros.
other
It's
thing that I could
pros.
think of was can't recognize face syndrome.
Still,
I guess
Junpei
fair enough.
felt himself felt perhaps it was best he kept Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Oh well. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. It was time to solve the puzzle of the 9 boxes. 9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes. And 9 persons, and 9 doors. Junpei stared at them for a moment, and then began. Ace's card went into box number 1, then Snake's went into 2, Santa's went into 3, Clover's went into 4, Junpei's went into 5,
we
June's
know,
into
we know,
6,
we
Seven's
know.
into 7, Lotus's into 8, and finally the 9th man went into box 9. She's inserted all the cards. Absolutely nothing! All box lids popped
Oh,
open
come
at once.
on!
He peered inside. In each box was a single pin. They looked a little like sewing pins, but much thicker. Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket.
What, Felipe?
9 pins.
Extra thick.
9 hours, 9 persons, 9 pins.
9 boxes.
9 boxes that contain 9 pins to open the 9 doors for the 9 persons in 9 hours.
9
God,
ending
that's
way.
Have 9 numbers on them. All being 1 through 9.
Stop with the 9!
9, 9, 9.
It's becoming the Junpei thing again.
Okay,
God.
so clearly,
John,
6
quick,
holes.
we need to get 2 more
Looks
people
like
in
the pins
VC.
I just found would be a perfect fit for them. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Why don't you try it? Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go in here in the top part, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom. Why? Some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I wonder if that's the kind of rule that determines what lights go on. I put 2 and 4 and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 pins on the bottom. Oh, here we go. You think maybe it's the digital root? Digital root. 2 plus 4 plus 6 is 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3 plus 5 plus 7 is 15. Digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? Let's see. The lights
we
that match
gotta
the
do
digital root
this
of the pins is on the
bullshit.
top and lower parts will light up. So that's how it works. Now, there's one other thing I'd like to check. If he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So they put 1, 2, and 3 pins on the top and 6, 7, and 8 pins on the bottom. Oh. Why? You bitch! Fuck you!
Fuck
Ooh, I get it
you!
now. The digital roof of the
Fuck
pin you
you.
insert is the same as the number on the lights that are lit. Those lights turn off. Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now we know how it works. You want to give it a try? Yeah, after you turn them off for me, fucking prick! Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we turn them all on, you know? Figure something's gotta happen if we can manage that. Turn on the lights, huh? Okay, Junpei, let's make sure we know how this works. Pick one of the 6 holes, pick up the pins. Okay, let's do it.
What the
Hey.
fuck was that?
7, 2, 1.
Can someone explain Ace's conditions to me? Because I wasn't there.
You can't see face as well.
Okay.
He no face
Or at least we
good.
think. Or at least we think that may be it.
Yeah, that could be it also. He could just be lying and could be a sussy baka.
Shit.
1. Oh, you
Yeah,
should
turn
have
that
had it
light-
the
I
other
gotta
way
turn that-
around.
I'll turn that light back on now. Shush.
This is great. We're having fun. Let's do this. We're having a great old time. Having a good time, Junpei.
Junpei, are you having fun, Junpei? He just says Junpei over and over
Why
again,
is one turning off?
like a broken record.
Is there one where it has to turn all of them on?
9,
Like,
8, and 1 make 18, which should turn 9 on.
But then you gotta put 3 more numbers on the bottom.
And then...
It seems you did need to reread that,
5,
like, description of
3,
it.
2. Should make 1. Thank you.
Okay. So
Do the,
now we need to get the other ones open.
Wasn't it, do 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7, 8?
Wait, what?
Oh, that works too. The 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, that'll get me 3. Then 4 should be...
Wasn't it 3, 5, 7? The other one?
3, 5,
That gets
7.
me 6.
Well, we're not doing the murder. We're just trying to line up as many as we can.
Okay. Okay.
or
Although, seeing how we need to do them in pairs, we need to make sure that we can do, like, them at the same time of these.
Yeah. I'll try
did you
my
do
best.
193?
That should get me 4, and then...
The
This should get
thunder
me
not
5.
liking this. The thunder. Those nut like
Okay.
Oh
Well, can you do
shit.
7 and 8?
7 and 8.
16 is...
Isn't
Wouldn't
8
that-
plus 8 equals 16?
You could do 9 7 to
3,
get 16.
6, 7 should give me 17. And then 9, 8, and 1 should give... What? No, that gives me 18. We need 17. So
No, we need
4,
16.
5... No, we got 16. 3, 6, and
Okay,
7.
good. Oh, because you would said 17.
Yeah, we need
Okay,
to get
confused.
we need to get 17. So 9, 5, and 4 should give me that. No, 9, 4, no. Okay.
No, 2.
9, 8, 9, and 1. No. God damn it! Why?
18.
So we're trying to get 18, right? Or
We're trying to get 17.
17.
5, 8, and 4 should give me 17 as well. No. What the fuck? No, it should. No, that would give me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gives you, yeah. I'm counting the numbers down. I'm adding my
Good.
stuff. There.
Oh, Jesus.
Epic.
We did it.
F.
F.
All the lights
in
are
the
on.
chat
The
room.
shutters opened up.
F.
Everything
Does
respect
this mean?
to.
Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, I thought it was doing so well.
Why
Maybe
do we
just
need
do
to do
1,
it
2.
We
again?
got 9 holes,
an
and there's
order.
an F up above them. I don't know what the F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there are 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. And that's boring. Well, why don't you just try it, alright? Oh, does it have to be... I think it has to be... Every, like, row and column adds up to 16. Because isn't that what F is? A, B, C, D... No, it's 15. They all have to add up to 15. Because that's what it is in base 15. It's like code. They explained it earlier. So everything, and diagonal as well, has to add up to 15.
hexadecimal?
Hexadecimal,
Yeah.
yes. It all has to add up to 15.
F is 15.
So it all has
Yes.
to add up to 15.
I'm 15.
So how are we going to work that one out? Oh, God. We might not be seeing an ending tonight.
No.
Do we?
Then
We
do
need to
1
see
and
this
9.
ending.
Oh, that's fucked. Oh no.
Oh no! What up, Sorry now.
There it is.
I'm a fucking genius.
That wasn't too hard.
All pins inserted, all lights
Oh, there
lit.
we are. We're gonna see the ending. Yay!
We did it. The power's on now. Looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on the top. Okay.
Oh, again.
No, on the top of the panel.
Oh,
There's the panel.
the panel.
The
Panel.
panel.
Green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder what these do. I think this might help. What the hell is this? Where did he find this? What is that? Where'd you find it? Found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. Looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that.
That big old crane.
Yeah, that. What's he pointing? Oh.
Green game.
Machine over there. Apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000.
What?
Are you serious? Whatever. So what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? See the coffin over on top of the crates? Yeah. Don't you want to know what the deal is with it? I do. You want to check it out? Yeah. Alright, how do you think we're going to get there? Well, there were some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there. How do we do that? Line up the crates, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess it's just another Zero's Puzzles. Yeah. Alright, let's give it a shot. Oh, looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so it'll only start moving once its path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Oh,
New materials
Jesus
been added
Christ.
to the fast.
Mine shows a top-down view of the area we can move the machine. Once I want to send my orders to the Pushmaster 5000, I just pull the lever. Alright, let's give this a try. Sure thing. Just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? The battery dies after 50 moves. At least that's what it says in the manual. 50 moves, huh? Also, keep in mind the Pushmaster 5000 can't push the heavy metal crates, okay? Got it. It's
Oh,
a
great.
fucking one of these. Ah!
Great! One fuck up.
At least it's not a
fuck
top
up.
one.
Pushing puzzle.
You can move in 4 directions. You cannot move diagonally. Pushmaster releases, it will be reset. Reset to re-input. Return to quit and lever to start. Huh?
Oh, I think you're supposed to line up the crates.
How do I move it?
I think maybe click in one of the squares above. Click the square above the Pushmaster. Ah, there you go. Can it push 2 crates at once?
Probably not.
Oh, this is Professor Layton. We're doing a slide puzzle.
Yeah.
I hate
You're
this.
gonna restart. Just
Yeah, I'm gonna restart.
reset. Go. Yeah, go up. See if you can push 2 crates at once.
You probably can.
Nope.
Okay.
Then for the moment, I'm gonna have to push this down so I can then push this over.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's that problem.
Down.
I can't.
Because then you're fucked there, yeah.
Ah! It's a bull.
Buh.
This is bull.
Buh.
Blah.
Gig, 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 gig.
Giggity.
Giggity. Well, now that's stuck.
For now it is. Yeah.
Well, now you're stuck.
No,
Push
that
that one
doesn't
back
matter
one?
because you can move.
Trying to think for a
Yeah,
second.
pushing that one
Try
back
and
one.
push
Give me a,
would work.
give me a second to think. Give me a second to think.
No.
Please.
Yep.
Oh no, that won't work.
Oh, you had to push
Oh,
that
no,
one
it
down
won't work.
once.
You're gonna have to get a crate into the third yellow and push it up.
Yeah. Well, I'm closer.
You are.
I think you almost had it. If you had put no, wait, no, never mind. Because that creates
What
the
am I
same
thinking?
problem.
What am I trying to do?
Your mother.
No, I think that was
Oh.
right. I just needed to do it a certain way.
I mean, Knight's mother. I mean, Slade's mother. I don't know, man.
This is gonna take me a minute. You realize that, right?
Yes. I do realize that.
Could I just like... Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah?
Oh, but then I won't be able to escape out that way. If I do that. Alright, let's, how do we want to do this? Not that way. I'll tell you that much. I feel like this first part is right, though. I just gotta be very careful with how I do the rest of this.
Hmm.
I don't think I even needed to do that much. Because now I think... Okay, wait.
I'm waiting.
What am... Yeah, I think I'm still doing... No, I'm not. Am I? Yeah, I think I am.
I don't know.
I'm confusing myself now, is the problem.
I was confused to begin with, so I can't exactly help you.
Okay, now I push this over.
/HJ.
And now I can go ahead and move this up one. Because then I can move this one down. Slot it in here. Then slot this one in here. Then slot this one in here.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm done putting in the program. What do I do next? Just be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already.
I first knew left.
I'm sorry, no, I just saw your message. I didn't even know you sent it. You still there?
Goodness.
Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to and lined up all the crates. Great, now when you reach the coffin, you just need to climb those crates over by the fence. This is a long-ass
find
fucking
it?
puzzle.
Did we find it?
Yes.
How does this back in general?
Oh, didn't even notice. Coffin.
Coffin!
They walked slowly past the row of crates until they came to the coffin. They stopped and nodded to one another, and Junpei put his hand on the lid of the coffin. Mummy!
Whoever will it be?
Just kidding. He smirked hardly at his own joke.
Oh.
Junpei grumbled and shook his head. Whatever, just open it. Junpei resisted the urge
Oh,
to remind
is it
Santa
that
that he
one
would have
girl?
had to open a long time ago if Santa hadn't interrupted, and quickly threw off the lid of the coffin.
It makes a door sound
They peered
effect.
inside. Contrary to what
gun.
they'd expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty key, and next to the key,
Oh
it's
no.
a gun. Yeah, a revolver.
A
Looks
golden
pretty
gun.
old. I wonder if this is a replica. Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously picked up the revolver. In his hand, it felt heavy. Hi, Dr. Wiggler. He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets. He'd never seen a real gun or even a real bullet before. He couldn't tell if these were real or not. The barrel was rifled, and nothing seemed to be blocking it. As Ace had said, the gun was a very old one. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. If it was a real gun, Junpei would have thought it would most likely function perfectly.
Kill the killer.
If it was real, holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin.
No, it makes you feel strong.
That's
No.
definitely not gonna.
You're not going to take it? Of course not. All something like this is going to do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge
Oh,
advantage.
that's definitely not gonna backfire.
Something like that would be way too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Maybe Zero put this gun here hoping that something like this might happen. In other words, maybe he put it here to make us fight each other. In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. For one, I for one, have no desire to let Zero control me. The
Okay,
others nodded.
mister.
They had no desire to be under Zero's control either. Okay, we got that figured out, but you aren't going to leave that key in there, are you? Yeah, of course I'm not. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place. The gun back where they found it. It's no more of that gun. Cool.
You sure about that?
Yep,
mean, I played this
this
game.
ending doesn't
Well, I've
revolve
seen this game.
around that gun at all. Pun not intended.
Let's put this key in here, and yes, sounds like that did it. Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. That key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go! Are we excited to see the ending?
I'm excited
No.
to see everyone die
I mean,
by
it's
a
another
revolver.
bad ending, but it's not gonna be the worst.
No.
Well, if nothing
people
else,
are gonna-
no matter
All
what, it will no matter what be better than the last one we got.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
opening.
Something
I
tells
like
me
how we're all
people
just
are
like,
going to
yeah,
be
we
shot
already know
with
it's
a
gonna be bad
revolving
just
gun.
fine.
You found
We
it.
already know the bullshit.
You
Maybe I'll
found it.
talk over it.
You found a gun, and
You
this
found a
ending has
gun!
nothing to do with it.
The
at all.
hallway that left the cargo room headed straight toward the stern. Junpei and the other 3 proceeded down it silently. Yeah, I heard you, Noah. Did you hear me? I asked if you were still there.
Oh, I said hi.
Some distance along it. Oh, and Sunny says hi. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side.
It's funny because I could just say hi to them.
It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be. We've seen this elevator before. We got off the one at the left just a little while ago. You know what I said, Noah? I said, mwah, mwah, mwah. Since we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room. Yes, and after that, we passed through the cargo room. And now we're back here. In other words, we made a loop. We're right back where we started. Junpei approached the elevator. Gently,
be
he
right-
pushed the triangle button on the door next to it. A moment passed.
It opened.
It opens.
Ooh.
The elevator door opened. And shut. Pushing the button, it apparently restored power to the elevator. The elevator was now functional. What do we do? Should we return to C-Deck? No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first. I agree. Let's go. A decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later, Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped. Set in the wall in front of them was a door. So far as Junpei could see, there was no other way to proceed. It was the door, or nothing. Alright, let's open it. Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, and grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. Pushed,
Oh, with that
actually.
glitch every time.
He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up. 9.
Ooh,
We did it!
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. Its door was set into the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed hold of the door handle and shook. Nothing, but he hadn't expected it to open. The red sat on the wall next to the door. Its screen read vacant. Finally, they'd found it. Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of
One
emotion.
Piece.
At
I
last, they'd
still
found the
think this
exit.
isn't a
But
good
cold
ending.
gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why, as he stood, frozen, unsure of what to think or feel. Jumpy,
So I need
look!
to stop freaking
Behind
out.
you! He spun around and couldn't believe what he saw. It was a door with the number 9 written across it. Was there a second door? Why? Junpei's voice was barely audible even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner. 9. There was no mistaking it. A red sat on the wall next to this door as well. Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself. Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors? It was Santa who answered. There were always 2 doors. Just think about it. Zero never said there is only 1 door with 9 on it. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Of course,
Not
we just
the
assumed
door.
that there was only 1. After all, why would there be more than 1? Oh man. Jeez, Junpei was stunned. Zero's trick had taken him completely by surprise. There were 2 doors. That meant that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape and leave no one behind. Now the reason for the bracelet numbers being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 was clear. Divided in 2, the digital root for both teams would be 9. For instance, 1, 2, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, the digital root for both teams would be 9. Or 2, 3, 4, 9, and 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, the digital root would be also 9. There were many other workable combinations, but they all ended the same way with a digital root of 9. What did that mean? The answer was quite simple. From the very beginning, the nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. Zero hadn't been lying. Zero had never said there was only 1 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt. Someone might get killed. But eventually, they would reach the door Junpei now found himself in and realize the pointlessness of whatever violence they'd visited upon each other. There were 2 doors. No need to kill each other. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done. Perhaps that was the purpose of the game. That was how the nonary game was meant to be played. Fortunately, they hadn't started to fight one another, at least not yet. But if one misstep was made, if the wrong mistakes happened, the stakes would rise and the noose would tighten. The thought of it sent a chill down his spine. Well, Noah, considering we're at a big climax right now, it might be a bit longer. So, what are we gonna do, Junpei? Voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice. It brought Junpei back to his senses. No use worrying about the future. He needed to figure out what they were going to do next. There were 4 people in the room. Ace, Santa, Junpei, and June. Their bracelet numbers were 1, 3, 5, 6. The digital root would be 6. In other words, the 4 of them couldn't open a door with the number 9. Okay, Noah. What if there were only 3? Could door 9 be opened with 3 of them? It took no time at all to determine the answer. Hold on a second. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1, 3, and 5 would equal 9. That would mean... No! We gotta go back! That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed. Yup, I agree. We cannot leave June behind. As Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. Are you sure? I don't mind staying. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears, and her legs shook. It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door. Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest.
Fuck.
That's a sentence. Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta. You sure you don't mean Atlantis? Oh, right. Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled. You guys. June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lips. She didn't seem to know what else to say. Very well. Best we head back to C deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Perhaps Clover, Seven, and Lotus will return from door 1. Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation. There was no way they could be split into teams that could both go through the doors. Ace knew it. They all knew it. But there was nothing else they could do. They would find the other 3 and search for another solution. Alright, let's go. Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door. Santa and June followed. Junpei started toward the door, then stopped. He'd been too busy with other concerns to notice the room itself. It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was it? Junpei looked around the room, for the first time noticing the things that weren't doors with 9 on them. A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room. The carpet began at the large set of double doors and ran toward the bow, toward... Junpei wasn't sure. Was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin. A coffin. A coffin. What on earth was a coffin doing in a place like that? But before Junpei had time to answer that question... Hey, Junpei! The hell are you doing? Let's move! Santa's voice echoed from the hall outside. Right, okay. I'll be right there. Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room.
Like the lady from the other timeline?
Shush.
Please.
Bye.
There's somebody in there!
Is this the same girl?
You'll see.
They took the elevator up to C deck.
I don't need a lecture from you.
Once there, they headed back toward the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long. Junpei found Seven and Lotus waiting for them. They didn't look happy.
Uh-oh.
We got a problem. Clover's gone! Junpei and his 3 companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and Lotus. What do you mean, gone? Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask. When? Why? You 2 went to door 1 with Clover, didn't you? Seven and Lotus responded as best they could. Yeah, we went through the door together. But Clover barely spoke to us. She just did her own thing the whole time. There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1. She wouldn't let us into the 4th room. She said, I'll take care of this one. And shut the door. She must have blocked it with something on the other side. We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out. No, wait, hold on. Called for her, but she didn't answer. So I kicked down the door and we went into the room. But it was empty. Clover wasn't there. There was a door on the other wall, and it was open. We figured she opened the door and left by herself. We ran after her, of course, but obviously we didn't find her. You figured out that much out.
I clearly missed something.
Junpei thought for a moment. When did this happen? We got here just before you. You certainly have excellent timing. So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase? No, we haven't. Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern. Very well then, we'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin. There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. She's not here. No, she isn't. Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room. The shower room? That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him. June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant. Well, I might as well check, right? Let's go. There was a screwdriver stuck in between the door and the frame. Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room.
What did I miss?
Clover's missing. That's what we know.
A lot.
Okay.
No luck.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't think she's here. June's voice was faint, and she
We
placed
found
her
the
hands
9
over her
door.
mouth. Her face looked
Oh,
a little
what?
green. We found the number 9 door. Went back to
Oh.
tell the others about it. And
There's 2 of them
Clover's missing.
apparently.
There's 2
No,
doors.
Sonny, you missed a lot.
Yeah, there's two number 9 doors, so everyone can escape. But because the 9th man is dead, it complicates things a little bit. And
I
also
see.
because Snake's dead.
I see.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider. Wait here. June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. Stopped at the corner and looked and turned his head.
Seriously, LLR. What does
As
that
he'd expected,
mean?
Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Don't
The
worry
only thing
about
on the
it.
other side of the
I'm
divider
gonna worry about it.
was a dead body lying in a reddish-brown puddle of drying blood. There are many ways a man can die, but this... Skull was shattered and the head a little more than the pulpy mass of brain. Bone and misera. Left arm was hideously twisted into a horrific alien shape. The bright white of the ulna shining through the remains of skin and muscle. Huh?
What the fuck is
Wait.
an ulma?
You can
Bright
look it up.
white. Ulna. Bones. The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off
I
his
was
arm.
thinking that.
So he's not dead.
Of course. Of course! Why hadn't he realized it earlier? Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse.
Wait.
What?
So,
Junpei
what are
and
you
June headed
confused
back toward
about?
the large hospital room. They
I
stepped
knew
through the
it.
door and out of the shower room.
Did you?
Did you?
I
Yeah.
don't think he did. No,
I-
Bartless.
Down the
Did
hallway they
you?
went, searching
I
for
thought
Clover in
that-
every corner. They had reached the
Presents out.
stairs when
Quite sus.
7 appeared,
Suspicious.
breathless
Why are
and
y'all
yelling. Guys? Junpei, June, where were you guys? He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat. Did something happen? Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air. Clover's dead. I found her in the first-class bathroom. All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place. Clover. Clover. Why? Why had this happened? He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse, no breath. But she was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back. A gash just underneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover's smile. Her innocent smile. Her energy. He would never see her smile again. He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot. Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom. You guys alright over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
At
alright?
least not 3 people.
Yes.
It was a
I'm
foolish
fine.
question, and he knew it. Yes, I think so. Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom. You should get some rest. He lowered June until she was sitting against the bed. She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there. Who was the first to find the body? Me. Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up. Why'd you come to this room? To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey guys, I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom, in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went to the back of the bathroom. Back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right? Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask. Seven, there's one more thing I'm worried about. What's that? When we finished all the puzzles in this room and got the door open, you stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why'd you do that? Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock, so we could come back to this room. Oh, you think I did it? Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it? Seven sighed and shook his head. Follow me. There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right. Behind the door was a closet. Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei. This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Besides, I figured eventually we might find out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put that plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now? Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it. Nothing happened. It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however. Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder. Rust. Junpei stared at it for a moment. Had someone opened the safe, dislodging the rust? Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom. It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there. Was there some other clue, perhaps? Anything that might lead to whoever had stabbed Clover? He took his time and examined the room carefully. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5. Behind that door was the dead body of the 9th man. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case. Quietly, he pushed open the door. The smell hit him like a blow to the face. His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiling up from the base of his stomach, churning with what little food was there into a violent froth. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile splattered to the floor. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc. I think we got the description.
Yeah.
John, quick, act it out.
On the floor next to the broken mass of the man's head lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried, like scabs on the floor. That was when he noticed. It's gone. His bracelet. It's gone. It had been there when Junpei had gone through door 5 before.
Oh, shit.
He was sure of it. Right next to the glasses. But now... it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone. But why? Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice. Huh? Where'd Junpei go? It had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway. Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway? Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room. Did you find something? He thought for a moment before he responded. No, nothing. Yeah, my throat. Hold on a second. Need to drink a little.
Chug, 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 chug.
Oh.
Yeah, I should be drinking more water while I'm talking my throat out.
My
Technically,
eyes
it wasn't
out.
a lie yet. He hadn't found anything. In a way. In fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The 9th man's bracelet. What's up? Oh, I wanted to take a look at something. I wanted you to take a look at something. What's it? What is it? Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom. As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips. What was it you wanted to show me? His voice was hollow and empty. I searched Clover's body again. I found this. As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand. What? She was holding a piece of paper. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. I did borrow one thing. He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was
The
more
key to
important.
Kingdom Hearts?
He picked it up and carefully opened it.
No, the bracelet.
There were 2 sentences written on it. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. What is this? Some kind of secret code? Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note. The first clue was likely the phrase sinister hand. Sinister hand means... what hand was it in? This doesn't matter, by the way.
This affects your arm.
The right.
It was in the right hand. No, that wasn't right. In heraldry, the term sinister was used to refer to the left side of a coat of arms. Or more
Now you
accurately,
ruined
it
it.
referred
Now
to
with the
things on the left
vanity.
side of a bearer of a coat of arms.
Wait, did you
The
know
left
the answer?
hand. The left hand.
Oh.
What did the left hand mean? Junpei looked at his
Oh, I
own
know
left
the answer.
arm.
Not what you choose.
At the bracelet on his wrist. Did the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet? He examined the bracelet closely. There were 2 protrusions on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left.
Night right.
Truth is gone.
Please.
Truth gone. It sounded funny. What did it mean? Truth gone. Maybe those 2 words.
Oh, that left, right thing. Didn't, 2, well, I'd say 2, but the blood near where 2's body was on the wall was painted LLR.
Oh.
What else could gone in truth mean? Truth, of course, meant something that was correct. Something that was fact. In other words, something that was right. It would follow
Right,
then
right.
that gone meant left. After all, after someone left, they were gone. In that case, however, they clearly referred to their directional homonyms. So that means truth equals right, gone equals left. That seemed to make sense. Now Junpei looked at the bracelet again. At the 2 protrusions on the left and right of the face. Junpei pressed them in the following order. Okay.
Truth gone. Truth gone. Truth gone.
right, left, right, left, right, left. And then 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. One after another, 8 numbers flashed on and off at the face of Junpei's bracelet. He checked one more time to be sure. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. Take a picture of this because I might need it in a minute.
He used the snipping tool. I knew it.
Yep, I did use the snipping tool.
Screenshot noises.
It's not the snipping tool
Huh?
cursor.
Hey, what are those numbers?
It is.
Junpei didn't answer.
It's the Windshift
couldn't
S
answer.
cursor.
He had no idea what they were either. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers and the order they came in if he said anything. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed toward the bedroom. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
I think we get it.
Yep.
We
Gotta get him. We gotta get a move on here. So before long, he found
No
himself
one
in front of the
is
safe again.
John.
Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the ones he just discovered. Besides, someone had opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. Junpei slowly dialed the numbers in the numbers the bracelet had given him. 1 to the right, 4 to the left, 3 to the right, 8 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Finished. Junpei heard the small telltale sound of a lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
I love that game.
Oh my gosh.
Inside was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding. Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact number 1. The Nonary game was played once before, 9 years ago.
Of course, it was 9 years
Fact
ago.
number 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Which one is that?
Snake.
Snake.
Ace is 1, Summer.
Fact number 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceutical CEO. Gentaru Hongu.
I don't think the name matters.
Do we know them?
Yeah, that was
Ace.
yeah.
Ace.
Cradle Pharmaceutical
Ace.
Chief of Staff. Nagisa Nijisaki. Cradle Pharmaceutical R&D Supervisor. I won't say the names. Majority shareholder in
please.
Cradle Pharmaceutical.
The Red Ribbon Army.
Yeah, I'm gonna butcher them. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. That innocent souls might be saved, I now state the truth. 0.
And face myself. And
Oh my.
Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, Seven, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn, then slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest. Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me? Come with you? I want all of you to go to the big hospital room. Why? There's something I want to be sure of. What do you want to be sure of? I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit. Wait, then you're saying... Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover. The atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by attention like a strap of leather stretched to its limit. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei, as he pretended not to notice. Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room, I'll explain everything as soon as we get there. Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock on the main staircase. Let's fast forward a little bit because I want to get a little bit of a move on. The bell rang 5 times, then ceased. It was 5 o'clock. They had only an hour left. We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go. Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom. Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me. Junpei stopped in front of door 3 and turned around. Ace, Seven, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red? Huh? Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just... No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door. Why? Please just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover. Junpei's implication was clear, and Seven understood perfectly. Ugh, fine. What about you, Ace? Lotus? Very well. Sure. Speeding up a little.
Junpei sounds evil for a minute.
Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shown from the Red's display panel. Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought his bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk appeared, just as Junpei had expected. It was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the Red, so long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. And the door shut, unfed. Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well. It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into the conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity plain on their face. Before long, the other 3 did as well. Clearly, they were all expecting some answers. Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation. Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued. Next stream.
No.
No!
No.
Thanks, Noah.
Where to go, Joe?
Don't say that.
Why
Freaking
Noah?
Night.
I mean,
It sounds more important than your freaking dumbass game.
It is a
I
little
mean, I
more
want to know.
complicated.
God
It
damn
is.
it!
If you would like,
Sunday, though.
I will continue this during a weekday if I can. But I need to get back to Noah because Noah
Okay, but
needs
now
me.
Monday. I'm busy Monday.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Well, I'm always free.
I'm busy Monday tomorrow.
Okay. I was waiting for my opportunity.
Why? No. Why?
Yeah. Might as well do it now.
Marvelous, come on. It's not. Let's not do that.
I know, but why the cliffhanger?
You should be blaming me for that.
I'm not blaming Noah. Blaming you.
Okay.
That's why I said why Noah, why?
No, I am.
Why, John? Why?
That's I feel good to have pulled that off. Well, that first
Gotta blame
cliffhanger.
someone for our shenanigans.
Quite epic.
Yeah. I know Noah would be proud of me for pulling off a cliffhanger like that. Mwah.
Mm.
Okay. This has been super
Mm.
It has
That's
been.
his.
Believe it or not, it has been.
It really has been. From this has been.
True. True.
I am technically a has-been.
Hasbro.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Also, Noah says that you're welcome.
Yeah.
I
thought you were gonna-
Bye-bye. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Supersonic 1014. I'll catch you guys next time. Whatever we do next. It depends on how free I am the next coming days. I will try my best. I'll see you guys then.
Yeah,
The next thing is either 999 or Undertale together.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Both games are base.
Bye.